Merry meet everyone, welcome back to My Pagan Life as always, and of course to yet another episode of the Yule Calendar 2020, where we will be discussing another difficult concept. As you may or may not have noticed throughout this series thus far, guys, I've tried to jump in between a bit more abstract concepts and more concrete ones. And today's episode will be discussing one of the more abstract ones, if you will, and that is the word awakening. So where to start off with this one? So the first thing I believe I just want to start off by clarifying is that I'm doing this like throwback thing to like the same concept over and over again, and I'm referring to two previous words that we've already discussed, and I can see that on day 2 we discussed the word beginnings, where, you know, Earth has died, we're starting to get into new beginnings, we can start new things. And on day 9 we discussed the word rebirth, which I referred to the same stuff, like the world is about to be reborn, we're about to see the dawn of a new day, there are new possibilities, we will be born anew type of thing. And this word is in many ways very similar to that, awakening. Like, in winter, the world dies, and then as time passes, it will come alive again, and life will start to find its way back to the surface, and yeah, spring and summer will come. But, you know, just to not repeat myself over and over again, I thought I wanted to take a little bit of a different perspective on this word in particular, because the word awakening still has a little bit of a different tone to it, and here's what I think about it. Here are just my thoughts. And the reason why I just picked this word in general and just couldn't leave it out of the list is because I feel like we have constantly, like, we have awakenings in our lives, like, throughout our lives, and it doesn't have to be in terms of spiritual awakenings. We can talk about that too, that's not what I'm saying, but, like, awakenings in general. And what I really mean by that is, realizations, revelations, epiphanies, and I feel like, well, I'm gonna get back to that later, but I feel like I'm kind of in that phase right now. In terms of spiritual awakening, I mean, one spiritual awakening for me was really just getting into Wicca and paganism and witchcraft. Like, I was in one place, and then I had a change of heart and, like, a change of mindset that just opened my mind up to this world of magical possibilities, and that fundamentally changed my life. Like, it's words can't explain how much that switch and that awakening, you know, how much that affected me and how much that has changed my life in a positive direction. But I mean, we have awakenings in terms of, like, say you're in a situation where you need to prioritize things, or you realize that you haven't really thought about yourself. And okay, this is such a broad concept, it's hard for me to explain, but, like, say you're doing something and you're kind of like you're stuck in what you're doing, you know, you're stuck in what you're doing, and then you fail to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. And then you realize, oh, but I'm doing this right now, but now I'm making a conscious decision to maybe go over to something else instead. Or, like, you're realizing that, oh, right now, at this point in my life, this is what I need. And I should give it to myself and make a conscious decision about that, because if I don't, it's not gonna happen, right? Like, we have to make things happen, and that's one way of viewing the word awakening. Sometimes it's rather random, like sometimes you just wake up one day and you realize something, right? But it's a little bit of both, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, I feel like I'm a little bit in a kind of awakening phase in terms of understanding what it is I need in my life right now, and what I'm going to spend my new year doing. And awakenings, long story short, are tough. They can be really tough. Whether they're spiritual or otherwise, it's just getting in a phase, into, like, a state of mind where you feel like something's changing, where you feel like things are just different, starting to become different, changing. That's really tough because we are humans and we like predictability. We like when we understand things and know things, and the very confusing nature of awakenings and realizations and epiphanies, they can be really scary, even if we know that change is the right course of action and just the right direction in general. Can I get any more vague? Probably not. I'll give you more updates on my personal awakening thing later. I'll probably talk a little bit more about it towards the end of the year. So I'll just share my further thoughts on that there. Anyway, guys, this is a little deep and a little bit abstract, I know, but if you have any thoughts or any feelings you want to share, let me know what that is, or let me know all about that down in the comments below. And yeah, I can't wait to hear from you guys, because this is a very interesting subject, in my opinion. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Blessed be.